My name is Wayne Kelly, and I'm a craft beer enthusiast. Back in the early 90s, I managed a craft beer bar and became an avid home brewer. Since then, I've tried as many beers as I could get my hands on. I'm not a famous beer expert, but I do love craft beer, and I love everything involved with the craft beer industry. My wife Nadia has become a craft beer fan too, so she's joined me on my quest to explore the American beer revolution. We're in Arrington, Virginia today, where the view is gorgeous, the air is fresh, and beer is being brewed. We're here at the Blue Mountain Barrel House in Arrington, Virginia today to taste some of their beers and see what they have to offer. This is where they actually brew most of their beer, so this should be pretty interesting. Let's go on inside and take a look. Blue Mountain Barrel House is just one of 2 locations and is where they brew most of their beers. Blue Mountain will brew 10,000 barrels of beer over the course of a year. That's a lot of beer. I wanted to see the brew house and check out some of the brewing action. We caught up with one of the brewers. Let's see what we can find out about what's brewing today. Jordan.
Yes.
So, what is your official title or position here at the brewery?
I'm officially a brewer here.
Okay.
I'm just one of the shift brewers. There's 2 of us. We do have a couple guys in the office that can come in when we're on vacation, but mainly there's 2 of us here every day. One of us is brewing, and we rotate, so yeah.
Right, and you said that sometimes you get started how early?
If you're the morning brewer, you're going to start mashing in around 4 a.m. So you're going to get...
4.
Yeah, 4 a.m. So you're going to get here like anywhere between 3 and 3:30 a.m. You got to set up all your hoses, get everything ready to start mashing in. So it's early, you're half alive, but that's just the way
you're brewing beer.
But you're brewing beer.
So that's pretty good.
It's awesome.
You can't drink it yet.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite beer to brew?
My favorite beer to brew is definitely like Kolsch, Lager, Satan's Pony. Those are pretty easy ones. I mean, there's not a whole lot of hop additions, but I do like challenges like Full Nelson, Bar Hopper, Hopper Orange. Those require a lot more hops. Some of them are whole cone, so we're adding, putting whole cones in bags, putting them in there, taking them out. So.
Hey, stop that. What exactly is Dark Hollow?
Dark Hollow is our stout that we age in bourbon barrels. I mean, we brew it all year round, I think.
Oh, it is year round, okay.
Yes.
Oh, great.
We do different variants of it. For Christmas time, we usually have a big pig roast, and we have different variants of it, like chocolate or cherry.
We'll be coming back for that one.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And our Concealed Darkness has been aging for a year.
Oh, wow.
And usually like maybe a cognac barrel, special wine barrel, something like that.
Cool.
I mean, we go crazy with it, and it's great, and everybody loves it.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
I want some right now.
Yeah.
I'd like some for breakfast, please. Looks like we're going to have to wait till next year for this one. And if you could be a beer, what style of beer would you be?
I would definitely be an IPA.
Awesome
Bitter.
answer. Yes.
Bitter.
Yes.
To the core.
Bitter to the core. Well, bitter is better.
Last year we went to Iceland, which was awesome.
Oh, cool. Did you like it?
I did. I actually got to take a beer bath.
A beer bath?
They have a spa there where you bathe in beer. I mean, figured in this industry, I have to, do
That's
everything
funny, because she's even said, wouldn't that be cool to take like a bath in beer? And I'm like, no.
Oh, it's great.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was one of the coolest things I think I'll.
You know what they were really doing? Is they were making a special edition beer of you. And they don't tell the tourists this.
Right.
They bottle it and sell it in like Russia or something like that. I don't think they're brewing any human beer here. just malt, water, and hops. We got a bird's eye view of their canning operation. Pretty cool.
It's Joe, right?
Joe.
Joe,
correct.
okay, Joe, what exactly do you do here?
Head brewer here, Blue Mountain Barrel House. Also floor manager, safety manager.
Right.
So I wear several different hats.
You wear a lot of hats.
A lot of hats.
What was your favorite beer to brew here?
Favorite?
For whatever reason.
Honestly, I'd say Full Nelson.
Old Nelson?
One, because that's just my go-to that we produce. That, and it kind of keeps you on your toes. There's a lot of hot varieties that go into it.
Right.
So you've got to kind of be on top of your game.
Right.
And it kind of gets you through your day a little bit quicker as well.
Sure.
So
That's cool.
Yep.
And as far as drinking, which is the same thing?
it's a toss-up between that and Dark Hollow. You know,
Okay.
I guess it really depends on just mood or the event that I'm at. You know,
Keep hearing about Dark
But,
Hollow. I was reading about Dark Hollow. I see it online.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
people keep mentioning it. There's signs everywhere. Jordan talked a little bit about it, and so now you're mentioning that it's one of your
Sure,
favorites.
absolutely.
It's got to be pretty special.
They make several variants of Dark Hollow, including Dark Manhattan.
Dark Manhattan. And that's an homage to kind of a Manhattan cocktail, I guess.
Okay.
Because,
Interesting.
hit barrels, Woodford.
Piqued my interest.
Yeah, Woodford Reserve rye barrels,
Uh-huh.
and just injected with a crap ton of tart cherry.
A crap ton. That's a technical term
That is
for
a
all you
technical
people
term.
out there.
Yeah, learn
Crap
that
ton.
one. So if you're applying for a brewer position, make
Know
sure
that
you use
term.
that.
Yeah, exactly. If you could be a beer, what beer would you be?
Okay. Yeah.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Yeah. Didn't see that one coming, but I don't know. I'd probably be our year-round release raspberries on acid. Yeah.
That's an awesome answer.
Yeah.
even if he didn't like it, that's an awesome answer.
Raspberries on acid was a celebratory beer that we released.
Celebratory, not
celebratory.
celebratory.
That's right.
Celebratory.
That's right.
All right. Make sure.
But for our 10-year anniversary, we released it for that, and it gained a lot of traction. People loved it. We loved it, and we decided to release it once a year. It also ages in barrels, and that's chock full or with a crap ton of raspberry.
Yeah, chock full. I think that's the coffee industry.
Yeah, that's it.
Crap ton. That's
Crap ton of raspberry.
Crap ton of raspberry.
Yeah.
Had a little trick up my sleeve for this episode. I decided to make the brewers taste one of my experimental home brews.
Okay, so it's got a nice nose on it. Definitely get some hop characteristics. So there's some aromatics there. Maybe a little floral is what I'm getting on that. Maybe a little like peppery type taste, and some maybe some resinous type characteristics as well.
What was it supposed to be?
No, I think it's an oxidized representation of. I don't know. The yeast characteristics was throwing me too. I don't know if the pepperiness is from a Belgian yeast, but I'm gonna say it's an oxidized representation of like a Belgian IPA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the oxidized part, you're probably right on, because I believe that's what happened.
Okay.
It's a pretty basic IPA. The extra flavor that you were saying, I wonder what happened. It's actually fresh blue spruce
Okay. All right.
buds.
So I think I went with a little resinous, maybe pine.
Exactly.
You know,
Yep.
so
That's where that extra
yeah, it's there. I
resonate-
like that part about it. You know, I can get over the oxidization.
And so, like, my mom tried that, she would just go, "Oh my God, that's awful!" So,
Oh, yeah.
even if you did that, would have been funny.
It's your responsibility as a craft beer enthusiast to,
Spread the styles.
That's right. That's right.
And Blue Mountain brews a lot of styles.
Taylor, tell everybody like about yourself, like who you are as far as Blue Mountain Brewery is concerned.
Got a lot of titles: co-founder,
Right.
president,
Right.
brewmaster, CEO. On
I'm
some
already
documents,
impressed.
But yeah.
Although the Barrel House is Blue Mountain's second location, the original brewery opened in 2007. I was curious how Taylor got his interest in brewing and how he co-founded the brewery.
Ended up at this startup company. Matt Nucci, Mandy's and my business partner, was there, and he was a home brewer, and I loved beer, and so he actually
Perfect
taught me.
match.
It was made in heaven. He taught me how to home brew,
Awesome.
and I kind of got way too into it. I mean, it was all I was thinking about. I had multiple.
I think a lot of us do, especially when we get started.
Yeah,
so.
it's an addictive hobby.
It is.
So I started volunteering at South Street Brewery.
Oh, wow.
For free.
Great.
Just was
Yeah.
like, hey, I'd love some experience. Jacques Landry, who's still in the brewing community around here, just gave me a chance, and so got way too into it. Finally, got up the nerve and just quit my job because they wouldn't fire me and give me a sweet severance package. And yeah, it was a bummer. And enrolled in brewing school in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
And so moved up there, landed a job wildly out of my league. I became the head brewer of Goose Island, which
Wow.
is like a giant brewery.
Yeah.
I was a pub brewer of the original location. And met my wife Mandy up there, and before you know it,
Cha-ching.
yeah, after about a year and a half, I quit that job, and it was a fun job. I learned a lot. It was fairly difficult.
Sure.
Wanted to come back home, brought Mandy back here, and we actually lived at the beach for a while down in North Carolina. She helped open Outer Banks Brewing Station down there.
Okay.
And eventually got offered the job at South Street Brewery. And so did that for about 5.5 years before I left.
Wow. Okay, for a while.
So yeah, I'm almost on year 20 as a brewer now, professional brewer.
Okay.
So.
Do you still come up with new beer recipes yourself, or is it a collaboration with other people in the brewery?
It happens really one of three ways: either completely me, which I still do, collaboratively between brewers and sometimes even bartenders or servers who are really interested. We'll take feedback from anybody, or just completely one of my guys. We're getting ready to do a brewed IPA at our Arrington brewery, and it's like one of my guys is just running with it.
That's great.
Got to order weird stuff I'm not used to, enzymes and crazy stuff. But
What do you just enjoy brewing when you're the one who's brewing?
physically brewing, my favorite would probably be a strong, dark Belgian ale, maybe with a little spice character. I love darker malts and how it smells during the mash process. Something about the strong, dark Belgian beers just really does it for me. 8 in the morning and you're just bathed in the steam of this amazing malt.
Better than what I'm smelling at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, right.
Now it was time to see what Taylor thought of the experimental Bruce IPA.
I'm not even going to tell you what style it is.
Okay.
Well, the word interesting, that's pretty good.
Let's see what he thinks.
I mean, it tastes like you're going for some sort of an IPA, it feels like. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. Were you going for a double with it?
No, what we did was when we went on a hiking trip, we gathered fresh blue spruce tips,
Oh, really?
froze them for a little while until we were ready to brew this, and just put, as Joe said, the technical term in the brewing, a crap load.
Really? Dude, I drank a bottle of it.
Ah, cool.
Yeah,
Well, that's good to hear.
Although, I don't think they'll ever be serving it at the Barrel House. One last victim for the tasting.
I'm not going to say whether it's good or bad. Just smell it, see what you pick up,
Okay.
get your impressions, taste it, see if you can guess what it is.
Almost a bite to it, like jalapeno or something.
Ah, interesting. Interesting observation.
It's got a little bit of almost like spices to it.
Right.
It's like a different type of flavor. It's not just
Yeah,
the
sure.
average
You are right.
run-of-your-mill IPA.
You are right.
So far, so good. I wonder if she'll pick up on that spruce flavor.
Pininess, that's the word I was looking for. That's a good way to describe it.
Very, very prevalent. We did it last year with not enough pine and you couldn't even taste it, but I didn't want to put so much in it that you kind of drank it and was like,
I just ate a tree.
pine sol, you know? Exactly.
Yeah.
Although I've had some that taste like that.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance.
Yeah, you never
Too
know.
much or too less, you know? So yeah,
You
that's
never
very good.
know.
I like that a lot. Cool.
All right,
I get the rest of the sample?
Absolutely.
All right, good.
It was time to check out the rest of the barrel house with a cozy tap room. A beer garden with a fire pit. And a food truck that serves just about anything you could want. Oh yeah, they've got a game room upstairs too. That's the 10th time in the row that she's won. Time to talk to some patrons and see what they think.
So what were you drinking today?
I was drinking the hop duster.
A hop duster. Is that something that you normally drink?
Oh yes, that's IPA. Yeah, so that's what I like.
Sounds like you like it a lot.
Oh yeah, that was real good.
Now I know there were nachos here earlier when I was talking to
They
you.
was.
They obviously are very good because they disappeared.
They did.
There's nothing left, which means that I probably need to eat the nachos.
You should definitely try the
Yeah, we got the spoon and just got it all.
Yeah, we did. We had
In
the
other words,
spoon
note
out.
to self: get a spoon so
Yeah.
that I can finish every last bite.
Exactly.
And on that note, it's time for some pulled pork nachos.
Look at these suckers. This is huge. This is bigger than my head.
My school teachers used to tell me never eat anything bigger than your head, so I'm a little frightened, but it smells really good, so I'm going to give it a shot anyway. That's very good. Very, very good. And now it's time for my favorite part, the beer tasting.
It's nice, and I don't know, I guess some people kind of wish we had more on tap, but I think 6 is enough that we have a range and we can kind of show off the different palettes and different styles.
I've got my beer. So we're getting ready to try the 6 beers that they have on tap here at the Barrel House.
They only have 6 beers on tap at the Barrel House. But Blue Mountain brews way more than that.
They also brew for their other brewery, South Street Brewing in Charlottesville, and 2 of their beers are going to be in today's tasting as well. That's really tasty. It's a little bit sweet, a nice spiciness from the hops. That's a good Kolsch.
Satan's Pony is a medium-bodied amber ale that's a favorite with many.
That smells nice. It smells kind of like an IPA, but not as strong. Just a nice hoppy aroma. That's really good. It actually tastes like, and I hate this word, but it tastes like a session IPA. The hop flavor is very forward, very abundant, so it tastes kind of like an IPA just because there's so much hop flavor, but it's lighter and not as potent. So this is nice. This would be great to drink in front of a fire. Maybe I'll do that a little bit later. So this has the definite hop nose, but it also has this kind of sweetness in the aroma, which is kind of interesting. It smells good, just a little bit different. But see, this is where the difference comes in between their pale ale and their India pale ale. It's a lot more bitter, a lot hoppier, a little bit more taste of kind of raw hops, and a little bit less sweet, but really, really nice. Four down, two to go. This is the Red Agnes. Wow, that's what is that? It smells like a farmhouse ale in that it smells like it's been open fermented and it's gotten a bit sour. Now that is the style. It is a sour. In fact, their thing here says Flemish style sour red ale. So anyway, so it has that sour smell to it that a sour ale is supposed to smell like. It smells like you know, the fermentation started to go south, but that's the way it's supposed to taste and smell. So I didn't think I was going to like that, but that's actually quite tasty. It is quite sour, but more in a tart way. There's a slight sweetness to it. A little bit of malt, very little bitterness or hopness to it, but it's quite pleasant. It's if it were thicker, I would say this could be a like an after dinner liqueur or something. But real interesting flavor. I almost taste a little bit like cherries. And on that sip, as I was smelling it, as I was pouring it into my mouth, it smelled like a liqueur. Like there was some kind of a, I don't know, some kind of a, as if it was fermented in some type of a barrel, like a bourbon barrel or something like that. And maybe it was. Maybe I should have read more about the beer before I drank it.
Fun fact about that one, it was made in collaboration with a local vinegar company, Virginia Vinegar Works.
Okay.
So they had a good part in making that one. You get a nice kind of malt vinegar.
You do. There's a little bit of a, normally you wouldn't want to say there's a little bit of a vinegary flavor in it, but there was. Partially aged in barrels. I can't see you. But this is the Isabel Porter, so it's a good thing that I can't see you. This is supposed to be nice and dark and opaque. Yep, can't see anything through that one. It's got a nice aroma. It's kind of hard to distinguish because the wind's blowing, but whatever I'm smelling, it smells pretty good. Wow. Now that is like no other porter I've ever tasted in my life. My tongue is still trying to figure out what's going on. It's a little bit sweet. I taste a little vanilla. I taste a little orange. I taste a little chocolate. The carbonation is very low. It's almost a little bit fizzy or fuzzy as opposed to like a big bubble carbonation. That is definitely one of the most interesting porters that I've ever had in my life. It's good. It just doesn't fit the typical porter profile that I'm used to. It's good though. That's fireside good. It's a sad day when there's no more beer in your glasses. Take care of the cake.
Now it's time for a pint. By the fire pit. And make some new friends.
I need to remind you about what
Yes,
you're drinking.
what I'm
That's funny.
drinking.
You're drinking the same thing I'm drinking. This is cold. Cheers.
And to play in a field of barrels.